So next up, something a little bit different, and it's very handy if you're working on a budget like I'm going to be next season. I mean, there's my budget already in place for next season. You can see it up here. At the minute, I've got £1,000. Next season, they've tracked me to 0, so it's going to be fun, right? So the main reason I do this is to bulk up the squad, because I haven't got a big budget. I still need to zone in on those peak players there. I'm going to use loans and free transfers to try and get them in, but to bulk the squad up, we're going to retrain a couple of players so they can cover more than one position. An example of that is this kid, Matteo Matesi. Now, he's 21 years old. He hasn't really done much for us in the 2.5 seasons we've had him. I don't see him fulfilling the early potential. At the minute, he's stuck in this one role as a central midfielder, but he's got all-round attributes. Not great, but they are all-round. So I think I can retrain him to help cover elsewhere on the pitch. So at the minute, he's just down as a standard midfield centre, but looking at his attributes, he looks quite well suited to be a pretty standard, decent little fullback. So if I drop into fullback support there, his attributes covers it pretty well, other than pace, which is not a big disaster because he's literally going to be back up. That's going to be his new role. He's going to start learning that from the first day of pre-season, and that's going to give me a brand new utility player. So what we've done with Matesi, we'll do with the development centre. Players that I don't think are going to progress like I want them to, so it won't affect them if I add a couple of positions here and there by retraining them, just giving us some backup for when injuries hit. It's a decent little thing to do, especially in pre-season. Off-season, pre-season. Now, off-season is where you have a look at your squad and think, how can I improve certain players, such as Goncalves. Now, first glance at him, he's nothing special. He's only 22 though, and at my level, he's a very, very good wing-back. He was one of the best performing wing-backs in the league. Now, if I remove my fat head, you will see currently he has no player traits. We've got ourselves a block of clay, ladies and gentlemen. I can add to his game by getting him to train some player traits as soon as he gets back from his little holiday in the beaches of Portugal, ready for the season ahead. So this is something you won't be able to do, obviously, in off-season. If you go to development and training and go down to discuss new trait, you can't do it until he gets back from holiday. When he gets back, then you can get in there and start building your traits. If you're unsure of what traits to go for your players, like I said, get into that playlist, have a little look. For me, I'm going to add some traits to this lad. He's a good age. I want him to get further forward because in our system, which we'll be playing next season, he is the outlet ball down the left-hand side. If I can add a trait of get further forward or gets forward whenever possible, one of those perhaps, it's going to add to his game.